The sneaky strategy sellers have been using to skew the market stats and get the best dollar for their property that you don't even know about. Stay tuned to this episode of Prime Properties TV. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties TV. I'm so glad you could join us here this week. But before I discuss today's topic, huge shout out to Kareem, who came up to me mid-tour of my clients to say hi and thank you and say thanks for me guiding him with my videos on him buying his first house. Congratulations to your partner Kareem, and happy that you are a proud owner of that house. Next time, we'll definitely have some more time to chat. In today's episode, I want to explain the strategies a lot of sellers have been implementing of late to get top dollar for their house. As most of you guys know, sellers when they're getting ready to list, they often have a final walk-away price in mind. During the heated times in the early 2017, that number is very much easily achieved, but it hasn't been of late because the market has turned. Now, despite what the media has informed you, there are actually still many properties that are sold for over asking. However, only if they are positioned correctly. And if that number is not reached, the seller will likely unlist the property, take it off the market, which completely skews up the TREB stats for everybody, okay? Shocking, right? Well, this has been happening since mid-June anyways. It's just more prominent since that a lot of sellers are more optimistic about where the market is heading and the fact that it's rebounding and getting busier right now. The strategy is really quite simple if you think about it. Sellers, I always say, go on a vacation for a week, get out of town, maybe, and then do something so that way. Stage the house, put it on the market for a fair price, not completely under asking like a few months ago, but slightly under market so that it hits and everyone will go for the open house. And then conduct an agent open house, and then conduct a public open house on the weekend and accept offers Monday. If you get the money you need on Monday night or the money that the seller wants, then you can get a deal and it can be achieved. If not, very much likely the seller just takes the property off the market. Yeah. What this allows the seller to do is in the span of a very short week, you can quickly test the market to see what the property will fetch you and if the buyers are willing to dish out the money that you want because you decked out the house. If not, no harm, no foul. As sellers, just keep in mind that although you can do this tactic, I advise you not to do it way too many times because you got to keep in mind every time you do put your property on the market on MLS, it gets recorded. And as buyers, just prepare to not get the deal since the sellers can sometimes just say no or they will counter with a number that's higher than the listing amount. So don't be shocked by that because that's what their initial intent was, okay? Ultimately, this strategy is the sellers testing the market during this transitional period and what it's going to be. This strategy has been implemented quite a lot lately since that there's a lot of sellers are aware that the rebound is happening whether right now or in the short coming months because you know what? The fundamentals of Toronto have not changed. That's why the sellers are pretty optimistic about it rebounding. Thank you guys for watching. If you learned something or simply enjoyed watching this video, make sure to subscribe to Prime Properties TV right here and click on the little bell so you'll be notified when we put up new content. If you have any comments or feedback or questions, you can leave them in the comment section below or reach out to me directly. And please remember, share this with your family and friends because like I always say, an educated consumer is the best consumer. I'll see you next time, Toronto. Fetches the number